welcome to my channel. I'm very new to the app, so please excuse the word slurs or the nervousness. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do this look. I think it's absolutely stunning. It's very good for going out, if you're going out for dinner. That's why I want to do this look today, because it's more relatable to you guys, and I just love it. It's very stunning. I don't want to spend too long on this intro, but I hope you guys are having a lovely day, and I hope you enjoy this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is make sure our face is nice and prepped. This is the Primark Prep Perfect oils. It is absolutely amazing, and you only need the tiniest little bit. The prepping oils, they just make sure that your face is nice and hydrated before you put some makeup on. And I really find when you put the makeup on, especially if you're doing your brows, it makes it nice and easy, and the colour comes out so much better when you put this prepping oil on than if you put moisturiser on or anything like that. So really go get yourself some prepping oils. They're really cheap. It's about £3. Yeah, I just think it's really nice. Obviously you can use some moisturiser if you'd like, but the oils I definitely think are so much better. Okay, so we're going to start with our brows, and because we're doing a very natural look today, we are going to be starting with our Rimmel brow gel and our spoolie. So with the brow gel, you just wipe it on your brow like so, and it just basically pops up those brows and makes them look nice and natural. People like the P. Louise or any other makeup artist might fill them in with light strokes of brown. I'm not going to do that today. I just want them to look nice and natural for when I put on my eyeshadow today. And of course, after, if you'd like, you can go in with your spoolie and just brush them into place. Okay, so this isn't a very complicated look today, so I'm just going to be taking my P. Louise and I'm just going to be putting it on my hand. And if this video is going a little bit too fast for you today, just pause the video at any point and just catch up when you can. So we're going to be taking the Purple Envy S75 cut crease brush. It is lovely for doing cut creases and for carving out your brows when you put your P. Louise on in the first place. You want to push it into the P. Louise so you don't get too much on the brush and it doesn't go clumpy. If it goes clumpy, it will be very hard to set, and you might have to wait a while for it to dry. So when carving out our brows, normally you put it underneath and over the top, or a concealer over the top, and it just makes those brows look really nice and shaped. But I've just popped up my brows with some brow gel today, so I'm just doing the underneath and my eyelids. So you just start with making light strokes, because if you push down too hard, it might come out the sides and go like into your brow, or you might get too much in one place, and we don't want that. So you just do light strokes and make sure you follow the shape of your brow. Once you get to here, you can then push down and round, and that's how you carve out the brow, and I'll be back. Okay, so now I've carved out my brows, I'm just going to put some of this P. Louise on my eyelid, making sure you don't have too much on the eyelid. As I said before, it will make it very hard to set when you put the eyeshadow on, and if it's not dry when you put the eyeshadow on, the eyeshadow will mix with the P. Louise and it'll go like a creamy eyeshadow, and we don't want that. So it's going to pop it on. And like I've said in my other video, we are just going to pat this on until it goes tacky. And when it goes tacky, that means it is time for the eyeshadow to be placed. Okay, so once you've placed your P. Louise all over your eyes, I just take a nice fluffy brush. This is the Dress Up 221 brush, and I just like to blend out the sides. Of course, you can do this with the cut crease carving brush, but I find it a lot quicker and easier to set the P. Louise with a big fluffy brush than a flat carving brush. So I just take this brush and I just pat it on the edges, and that blends it out nice and lovely for when you put your foundation on and you don't have any harsh lines of concealer when you blend in your foundation. So obviously you want to get it all round so that you have no harsh lines around your nose and under your eye as well. When you push it onto your eyelid, it should just make it nice and even around your eyes and set it nice and quickly. You will get creases like here, but if you keep pushing it in and using the fluffy brush and smoothing out those creases, it won't affect the eyeshadow when you put it on. Okay, so for this look today, I like to put a little bit of eyeliner on my waterline just to make my eyes look a bit bigger, and it will really complement the eyeshadow. So obviously it's a bit gross doing this on camera, so you just basically you do this now so that when you put the foundation on, if you pull down, you're going to get fingerprints on the foundation. So I like to do it now instead of after you apply the foundation or eyeshadow. Basically you just, this is your waterline here, and I just put black eyeliner in there, and I'll be back when I've done. So as you can see, the eyeliner has made my eyes look slimmer and a lot nicer than they were before. So your eyes would have probably done this as well if you're following along with the video. They would have had creases in their P. Louise. You just brush those out like I said before, and they'll go. And that won't affect your eyeshadow, and you'll be all ready to set to go. Okay, so the first step of this makeup look is to take your Purple Envy 834 or any like flatter, fluffier brush to apply the light brown. Today I'm using the Twilight palette. It is absolutely beautiful. It's a little bit messy because I use it all the time, but it is so lovely. And we're going to be using this brown, this brown, this brown, maybe a bit of this brown and some black. Okay, so first of all, you're going to dip into Blazing, which is this nice light brown. It's going to give a nice warm undertone to it, and when you blend out, it will have a nice light brown on the top and a nice dark black colour on the eyelid. So we're just going to push this to as high as you want your look to go. So I want mine to go up to about here. I don't want it too high, but I don't want it too low because I want to add all the colours in. So we're just going to push that in, and that is going to be the top colour of our look. So just keep pushing that brown in until you get as much as you would like. And like the Mermaid Bliss look, you're going to go like a rounded shape round and then tuck it underneath. So as you can see on both eyes, they're both rounded symmetrical shapes. And now we're going to rub all the excess colour off of your brush. And like before, well, in my last video, remember we do tiny little circles and we're just going to blend it out. But make sure with this colour, and because it's so high up, you don't want to blend too much, because then when you put the eyeshadow on, it's going to come all the way up to here and it will look a bit over the top and dramatic. And we don't want that because this look is more natural and for going out. Okay, so now that is all nicely blended out, we are going to dip into Saffron, which is like just a darker brown of what we just put on, and we're just going to put that on just below. If you can see where I'm putting this colour, it is just below. So you've got two of the shades here. So you've got the top brown, and then the darker brown starts there. And we're just going to tap that in, following the same line as the light brown. And you just need to keep going until you get as much depth as you want, and just following that all the way around. Okay, so I've just blended out this colour, and you can now see a nice gradient colour up, but that is not as dark as we're going to get. We're going to then dip into this brown down here. It's a bit faded, but I think it's called Cosmo. It's a lovely shade of brown, but we're not going to put too much on because we are then going to put a black base on, and it might get a little bit too dark and you won't be able to see the light colours. So we're not going to put too much on. We're just going to put it just underneath here, and we're just going to put it on this side. So we're not going to go all the way over. We're just going to put it on this side over here. And we're just going to keep tapping that in until we get as much depth as we need. Okay, so once you've blended in that darker brown, we are now going to go in with the Morphe black base. Looks like this. It's a lovely black, and it's a little bit like we're doing a cut crease with the P. Louise, but we're not going to take it all the way out to our crease. We're just going to put it in the bottom so that we don't have to like pack on loads of black eyeshadow. And just be careful, because if you're using a black eyeshadow, that is absolutely fine. Like you just need to put more on it, and it will take more time. So if you want to pause the video here, that's absolutely fine. Just be careful, if you are using the black base, it will dry really quickly if you're putting it on your hand like I am. So you need to apply it quite quickly, but be careful. So you're just going to put it here on the bottom. You don't want to go all the way into the inner corner because we want to blend that out. We are going to blend out with black because this base does create sharp lines. And we're just going to go to where you stopped your dark brown eyeshadow. That's all we're going to put on there. It just creates more black depth in the middle. Yeah, be careful you don't blink up. Okay, so it does look a bit weird right now, but once you've blended your black base out into a nice ovally shape, we are now going to add some black. Right now I'm using the Purple Envy brush 830. It is quite thick, but it's like a ballpoint almost. So we're just going to put that on the black, and you can see it gives it a much more darker colour. And we're just going to blend that all around the sides of the black, so it's not a harsh line like this is. Be careful, like we do with the blending, you need to put half and half. So half of it is going to be blending at the top, and half of it is still going to be on the black base, making tiny little circles and blending out the black. Okay, so that's all nicely blended out. We're going to go back in with our 834 brush, that's the flat one, and we are going to reapply some colours. But before we do that, like I said, we're going to use Nefertiti, I think that's how it's pronounced, but it's this dark brown up here. And we're just going to blend that into how we blended out the black. Again, half on the blended part of the black and half on the browns that we've already used, and that should blend it up, and it will go higher. That's why I started really low at the beginning. It will go higher, but it will blend out beautifully. Okay, so now you can see it's nice and blended. It looks absolutely stunning, and now you can see that we started to blend out the black base into the inner corner, so it's not so sharp. And you might be wondering, well, why did you put the light blue on the top if you're just going to cover it with a dark brown? Light brown on top if you're going to cover it with a dark brown. Well, because it was just a guide. And when you put this colour on the top, it blends in with a brown, and it makes it like a warm tone and not so of a harsh brown like it is here. So now we're going to go back in with Saffron, which is this brown. We're going to completely miss out this one because it will take it too high. So we're going to dab into this one right now. And because we've blended out this brown, again, we're going to go half and half, making sure you do not go too high because it does start to look a bit dramatic and people might not want to wear it out if it is a bit too dramatic. So just going to go half and half and push this on like that, and you can see it completely changes the colour and it looks so stunning. So we're just going to keep going round and follow the line you just made. Okay, so as you can see, I haven't blended out the sides, but I just wanted to show you the nice blend that we've got in there. So with this blending, you just want to like point blend like this, and you just want to tap it out. and it will give you that nice blend there and a nice gradient. As you can see, it's nicely blended into the corner of the eye, so it's not too harsh in there, and it's nice and delicate. Same on this side. Just keep going. Okay, so that's, once that's all blended out, you're going to tap into blazing, and we're going to use a nice big fluffy brush, and we're just going to put that over top because I don't want it to go too high, and it'll give out that nice gradient, and you don't want to put too much either. It'll give that nice rounded shape. Okay, so now comes the easy part, the foundation and the face. So I've got my MAC Long Lasting Pro Concealer, and you just want to pop that on there. We don't need to prep our face because we did that in the beginning. And I always like to wet my beauty blender before blending in my foundation. For some reason it just makes it more easier to blend in, and it won't become so tacky. So you just want to keep blending that foundation in. Okay, so once your foundation's all blended in, remember you need to blend down into the neck so you don't have two separate colours. I'm going to take my Primark pressed powder foundation and a big fluffy brush. Just press that in lightly so I don't change the colour of my foundation, just to make the foundation nice and matted. I don't want it to be shiny. All the way down into your neck as well. This kind of helps set the foundation. I know that sounds weird, but it helps set the foundation as well. Gives it a nice matte tone rather than a shiny look. So believe it or not, when I started doing makeup, I made many mistakes. Luckily I had people around me that helped me do it properly. So I just wanted to make these videos to make sure that you guys didn't make the same mistakes as I did. And hopefully now you won't. Okay, so next into contour. This is the Revolution Highlighter and Contour Palette. It is so lovely and it has such warm colours, and like the eyeshadow, I'm going to press this into the foundation, just like if it was a P. Louise. That's how I think, that's my analogy for it. I like to have nice strong contour, and I do blend it out later. Okay, so sometimes my contour does go a little bit dark, and I like to use a cream contour stick for my nose. I just like it because it makes me feel a bit more controlled of where I'm putting the contour, and I just feel like it's much easier to put a stick rather than try and do it with a contour brush and it gets everywhere. So this is the same brush as I used for my pressed foundation. It still has a little bit on here, and that is fine because that way I can blend it in to the foundation. Already it is a little bit lighter than it was, and that is what we need. So on this side as well, just keep blending it out until that's how weak or as strong you want it. I'll then get my beauty blender on the bottom and just blend in on my nose. Okay, so after that is all blended out, I'm going to go in with my iconic setting spray. It is so beautiful and it gives you a lovely glow, and when it dries, your face looks nice and sparkly. So I'm just gonna press that on there, just like that. Let it dry. Some people put the setting spray on their brush. This is a Morphe brush. I use this for my highlighter. So today I'm going to be using the Revolution highlighter instead of the Purple Envy highlighter, because this is more of a warm look, and although the Purple Envy highlighter is absolutely brilliant and I love it, I'd rather use that on the massive drastic looks, and this warmer tone on a more natural look such as this one. Okay, so once you've applied that highlighter where you'd like to apply it, I just want to show you the Future is Bright palette from Purple Envy Cosmetics. This is the highlighter palette. It's absolutely beautiful. The colours are amazing. So the white colour kind of looks like this, but when you put it on, it's really nice and bright. The middle colour is more of a bronzy tone. It is absolutely lovely. We've got another bronzy tone on the end, this one on the end. That's what it looks like. And then we've got more of a brown one. It's very beautiful. I love using that one. And then the two in the middle. Absolutely gorgeous. This one is so beautiful. That one is the middle tone just there. So that was the Future is Bright palette. We are now going to move on to lipstick. So this is the Purple Envy Cosmetics number 17. This is the dark brown. And I'm just going to apply that onto here, and it will really complement the eyeshadow. I love this lipstick. I use it all the time. So I just want to apply this onto here, just like so. Okay, so once the lipstick is applied, you don't have to use this lipstick. You can use any lipstick you want. This is just the lipstick that I chose to use today because it's absolutely stunning. I'd like to introduce you to the Purple Envy Cosmetics Lashes in Style Casey. They look like this. Obviously they're not new. I've used them quite a few times, but they are so beautiful when they're on. I just like to show you now, and I'll come back when I've popped them on. Just let me know if you want me to do a video on how to put on eyelashes. That would be amazing if you guys let me know if that's something you'd want to watch. And I'll be back once I've applied. Okay, so my lashes have been applied. How stunning are these lashes? So I do like to go in with a Future Length the Barry mascara, just so that when you put the lashes on, you can pinch it and the eyelashes have something to stick to. Now I'm going to go in with the Barry mascara on the underneath as well, and just to make that look a bit more defining. Okay, so once that mascara has been applied, you can go in with some more setting spray and just spray that all around, and just gives that nice glow. Thanks for watching. Give the video a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.